and welcome to the Elevate Show. Karibu sana. If it's a Wednesday night, then you know Elevate is here to have conversations that elevate your life. I'm your host, Mikali. Like every single Wednesday night, you know there's a gentleman alongside Apa akitupa wisdom straight from the heart. Yake inakujanga na love. Benjamin Zulu.
Thank you. Nice to be here. Nice to see you.
Welcome, welcome. We always look forward. The one thing is, I am never ready. I am never sure. Sometimes, when you speak, I want to join the audience because now I want to nataka kuingia uko kwa nini kwa niko huku niki club na nini ma points venye ni mingi mingi.
I know.
But I always look forward to that. So thank you so much.
Thank you
for sharing that with us. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us today. And the conversation that we are having today is one that probably has happened to one too many women over the years. But today, it has happened to a man. Not once, just twice. So, mko tayari? We are talking about scammed by love. Conned in love. Umempenda mtu, nia zake. Na zako, pengine haziendi. And I don't know if you've come along a story like that, but just to give a little explanation on what that means. So I took the time to Google what a love scam is. And this is what it says. A love scam, also known as a romance scam, is a scheme where someone pretends to be in love with another person to either steal their money or steal their personal information, or even just put them down because, I don't know, probably they're coming into your life with a trauma or something. But that is what a love scam is, according to this. I don't know what it means in your world or if you've experienced something like that, Zulu.
I think basically it's fraud.
It is fraud. Fraud feels criminal, you know, it is criminal.
And I think we don't need a lot of definition by Wikipedia.
Yes.
Some of us have a living examples. And when you say men, I'm glad finally we are taking that angle. Yeah. So that women don't look like saints, eh?
Yeah.
And men don't look like...
you know. Alinidanganya tu.
Ati, mimi roho yangu as if men don't have a roho safi. So finally, we are getting to see where this is a human problem.
Yes.
And when men can talk, men have been experiencing things, they just don't talk. Men usually hang themselves. They usually drink themselves to death. They usually shoot themselves in the head. Yeah. They usually give up. Many men become living dead. They don't quite kill themselves, but they stop living.
They're dead, but still alive.
Yeah. You meet them on the highway. You are worrying more than they are worrying, staggering across the road. You can kill me if you want. We call it a death wish. Yeah. Or they drink till when, drop wherever. They do anything. So this has happened to so many men and they don't recover. They don't come to stages like this where they can elevate and recover. And I've met so many of those stories and it's shameful because society says the man should know what he's doing. He should be in control of the game. He should he should control the woman. It looks like society is still stuck 100 years ago when women were like treated like animals so that the husband and the husbandry looked the same. so that animal husbandry and woman husbandry meant the same thing. Yeah. If she's your woman, you should control, she should not do anything. Nowadays, it's not like that. Many men are kings and they're looking for a king to rule alongside with. They are not masters looking for subject and dominate and even sometimes, you know, press you, keep you at home, keep you always pregnant, always breastfeeding, always burdened, bankrupt, disconnected, depressed. That's how they used to suppress women. That's not what we want. I want a thinking partner. I want a partner to dance with. Life is a dance for kings. Gentlemen want to enjoy, to have laughter. Gentlemen want a partner, a friend, a person to write a story with. In fact, gentlemen, we are being exploited because we are genuine. We want to give. We want to journey with you. Actually, some men want to clip your wings and ground you at home. Others want to give you wings and help you to fly. In fact, you want the Proverbs that the woman is so endowed that when she appears there, the husband is respected because of her. Yeah. They must ask, whose wife is that? Zulu, akona bahati tu. Yani, people should see the woman and honor me, not the other way. Yeah. Society knows when the Mwikali drives an Audi, kwani akona boy mgani siku hizi? If Mwikali is doing well, it's about a man. No, the Bible says if the woman is shining so well, the husband is happy for it. Yes. Because she has much and she can import things, she has workers. We want to elevate you to a place where you can handle money, you can transact things, you can import. And we are not threatened by that because who we are to you is not threatened by money. So today we are discussing gentlemen when they come with sincerity to the market to look for another sincere soul, only to meet a person. You know, sometimes you are marrying for a destination, then the person becomes a roundabout.
Kizungu ni mkoti.
You are trying to describe where I want us to take this union.
Yes.
The person is thinking, oh, they want to take away your stuff.
Yeah.
So the gentlemen who came to the market with sincerity and honesty and love to give and pouring themselves out. We want to show them why the market has become so infested with the Delilahs who see you and they see what they can get from you. And because they can smile, men have this universal weakness. They cannot distinguish a woman's charm, smiles with her heart.
No, you can't.
Women can just be, oh, are you serious? And the guy is already, he feels the sockets melting, the knees growing weak, the flag flying half mast. Manu plays Chelsea, and the World Cup is gone. So, gentlemen, we are not trained anywhere how to see through Mwikali's good charm to see her heart.
Okay.
So virtuous women who mean well cannot even compete with the seducers who meet us first.
Absolutely. Because
seducers are very aggressive.
Yeah.
You meet Mwikali, she's trying to learn you, she's taking 6 months, 1 year. The other lady there already gave you everything. Mwikali appears boring. Mwikali try to build a real thing. And the other one there who's slaying like this carries you away. Then we start hearing stories. So I think I'm happy today. We are both taking the empathy to the gentleman, yes, and also educating the gentleman that you are different. You can't hunt like a wolf. When you hunt like a wolf, you find another she-wolf. If you're trying to be an eagle, you must fly high. Yes.
Umesikia inagonga mahali sio? Iko tu hapo hivi tunatoka hapa with knowledge, with and on that note, without even adding anything else, we're going to take a very short commercial break. We will be right back. NTV Kenya on all our social media platforms. Talk to us. We are at the Karibu Inn Hotel along Waiyaki Way. Don't go too far. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Elevate Show, and today we are at the Karibu Inn on Waiyaki Way having an in-depth conversation around being scammed by love, being conned in the institution of marriage. Jameni, it gets deeper like that. And like I said before we went on a break, that we have a gentleman in studio with us today who's ready to share that story with us. Karibu sana Moses.
Asante.
Uko ready? Uko we? Unajua Zulu.
That's not a scam.
You know in Nairobi we don't shake hands. Unaogopa kila mtu uko amepaka nini, you know what I mean? Yeah. But then pia kuna tribe fulani. Salamu ni muhimu sana. Wanasalimiana sana.
With support.
Karibu sana Moses. And thank you so much for showing up today.
Thank you.
And for being vulnerable enough to share your story with us.
Thank you so much. I'm so humbled.
Yeah. Najua nimeguzia vitu kadhaa lakini pengine unaweza jiintroduce, utuambie unafanya nini, una miaka ngapi Moses, na najua unapenda pia kuongea Kiswahili. So feel free.
Thank you. My name is Aguvasu Moses. Aguvasu Moses is a teacher. Technical teacher. Ukikuja Rocky Driving School utapata mafunzo upande wa theory instructor. I'm a theory instructor. I'm also a poultry farmer. Mjini, kilimo cha mjini, agribusiness. We rear chicks, we hatch, we rear them. Ikifika yale masaa ya ingoho tunauza pia. Sawa. So that is Moses. I'm also a dad to 3 kids. Yes, 2 boys and a daughter. So I'm a proud dad.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Moses. Moses una miaka ngapi hivi?
Takriban 35.
Takriban.
Naam.
Sio haswa. Takriban is not approximately. Ama
takriban manake naondokea.
Unaondokea. Kwa hivyo unaelekea 36.
Yes.
Takriban 36 basi.
Asante.
Kiswahili fua.
Kiswahili uko kwa maji. Nitajaribu Moses. Nitajaribu na Kiswahili but ikinikwamia I'll use both languages.
Thank you.
But today we're talking about Scam by Love.
Yes.
And you have a story to tell.
Thank you.
You've been married before, you have children, and it happened in that institution.
Yes.
Kama ungependa pengine utuambie a little bit of history.
Thank you. This man before you,
yes.
Aguvasu sasa, nilipata ndoa yangu ya kwanza mnamo mwaka wa 2012. 2012.
Asante.
Yes. Now,
the math was not good. It was like a hair.
Okay. I was 21 years. 21 years, babu yangu, mimi mwanzo kabisa babangu alifariki nikiwa 3 months. So you can imagine, I was brought up na my stepdad together with my mom. So mimi babangu nilikuwa namuona tu kwenye picha tu.
Okay.
Sasa kipindi hicho babu yangu sasa mzaa mama akanambia, it is high time you think about the lineage of your father and where you are going now that you are mimi ndio kifungua mimba kwa mamangu. I'm the firstborn. You see? So na hao wengine, yes, I got a job. I'm lucky I got a job at an earlier age, at that tender age, just right from high school. So kwenda college na kufanya these technical courses za kunifaa kwa na kutafuta mjini, nilijisomesha mimi mwenyewe na kusomesha pia hawa wadogo wangu sasa. Tunaelewana?
Ndio.
So katika kipindi hicho babu yangu akanambia, sasa imefika wakati you stop, even if you are also supporting your brothers and sisters, you need also to begin a family so that your father's name ama your father's identity does not go that. Na kwa hiyo, since I was brought up in a Christian family, mimi nilikuwa nimesema as my senior role model hapa, na I'm very much humble and privileged to be sitting around here.
Ilikuwa umeikalia ile.
Sema ikutoke bro.
Nashukuru sana. So I actually do follow. Ukiangalia pale mimi ni top fan wake. So wakati huo nipo kwenye kazi, babu akanipatia mawaidha, nikatumwa, tulikuwa tumeenda Uganda kwenda kufanya stock taking. Wakati ku cross border, macho venye
hayana pazia bana,
hayana pazia. Nikamuona mwanamwali, tukasemezana kipolepole.
Kidosho yule.
That was in 2011.
Yes.
So by December 2011, kamwambia aisee, wajua ni nini? Tunaweza tukaform kitu. Na hii mambo nikangaja huenda yakaja. Na sasa yakawa. So tukaja, tukaombewa kanisani, tukaanza maisha vizuri, introduction. Hizo vitu zote tu tulifanya. Tukaanza familia vizuri. The first 3 years, it was a bed of roses. Mimi ungeniambia kuna talaka, ningekwambia no. In
Not
fact,
for me.
In my area where I used to live, I was like an example, a role model. Fast forward, kapata my firstborn son. Kaenda vizuri. Fast forward, I got a second-born daughter.
Wewe.
Sasa hapo sasa ndo tukasema, I now have my generation, sitembei nao kwenye magoti. Sasa ndo hawa na waona. Sasa tuanze nini? Development. And where I used to live, I'm living in Embakasi East. Pale Soweto. So pale Soweto tukasema, wacha tukusanye hizi hela na naweza nikachukua mkopo kwenye sako yetu, tufanye nini? Tutafute mahali, tujenge, tuanze hapo at least hata kama ni kuweka rentals. Lakini sasa mwenzangu msiri wangu na akafloat the idea akasema kule kwetu Busia sasa. Kule kwetu kuna shamba
kwao nyumbani.
Kwao nyumbani.
Na sio kwenyu na si Nairobi kwao.
Kuna shamba na ni bei rahisi. Si hapa Nairobi, and she convinced me actually Nairobi unaweza pia ukapata skama pia ama ununue hewa. Si ni kweli?
Nairobi wako ziko mingi.
Nikasema lakini kuna wale tulikuwa tumeshikana nao sasa hivi wako hatua na ningewasikiliza pia ningekuwa mahali. So nikasema msiri wangu amesema na kweli, nikapigia mama mkwe kweli kule kuko sawa. Nikaambiwa, nikarudi kwa my mother nikamuuliza kuko hivi akaniambia mimi sikubaliane na huo ujumbe, lakini kama mmekubaliana mko kitu kimoja, wewe na yeye mko mwili mmoja, mimi sipo. So I borrowed a loan, nikachukua leave, tukaenda nyumbani. Nikaonyeshwa shamba yenyewe lipo, natembea unaonyeshwa yule mzee ule village elder. Ni kwa clan ni kama ndugu ya huyu msiri wangu sasa. Unanielewa? So I got the confidence kama ni village elder, kwa hivyo kuyapambanua masuala ya ardhi pande hii ana ufahamu dhabiti. So siwezi nikamdoubt my wife. Sawa.
Yes.
So I gave out the first deposit. I was to purchase 2 acres. I gave out the first deposit, na hizo wajua lazima uone hawa wazee wa mitaa hizi almost 350,000 was just for that job. Ikafika mahala ikawa najua pia ukiwa na your wife ukirudi mjini haufai urudi kama mmefinyana kwenye basi, yani you need to give her a decent and comfortable return.
That's how gentlemen think.
So nikarudi kwa mama nikamwambia
don't marry hustler, marry gentleman.
Nimesikia Zulu.
Nikarudi kwa mama nikamwambia hapa ni kama naishiwa. Mama akanipa mkopo wa 1000 ngapi? 50. Sasa nikamwambia
huyu ni mamako mzazi.
Mamangu mzazi sasa. Akaniambia mambo yakienda sawa hata mimi unaweza nikatia sehemu nianze kilimo kule. Sasa mambo yakawa sawa. Kurudi huku mamangu akaniambia mimi nina wasiwasi mwanangu. Fanya hivi, itisha namba hata kama umenunua kwa familia ya mkeo, itisha namba ukafanya nini? Search.
Namba ya land.
Namba ya ile shamba. Itisha kwanza ilikuwa na a lot of hesitation. When the number was given to me by the other brother from hiyo familia ingine, kanipa kwenda kufanya search pale lands, nikapata iko na question mark. Akaniambia this is what I was seeing. Rudi ufanye search sasa Busia. Kwenda kufika tu kule nikaambiwa shamba imefanywa nini? Mimi ndo mnunuzi wa ngapi? Watatu. Kwa hiyo shamba lina kesi. Sasa kuelekea siku ya kesi kwenda ikawa ni kama ni vuta ni kuvute.
Umemweleza bibi? Umemwambia
sasa imeanza kukua sasa ni kama
ukimuuliza inakuwa ni ugomvi.
Inakuwa ugomvi. And being that Christian where I was brought up, mimi sina mambo mengi na sijui kubishana. It's either I cool down ama nitoke niende kutafuta amani nirudi kama umepoa.
Amani.
Sasa nikarudi kwa mama. Mama akaniambia if I could have told you no, ungeona mimi niko kikwazo katikati yako na mkeo. Lakini kwa sasa yametokea haya, hilo shamba there, forget it and pay the loan peacefully. It was painful, but I had to let it go.
Hivi ukilipa ile loan mko pamoja?
Sasa utafanya nini? Uko na watoto. But whenever I remember nikiangalia payslip, narudi namuuliza I say, yani kulienda tu hivi na ulikuwa unajua hadi watu wa kwenyu. Sasa unapata inaleta ugomvi. So little did I know she was always looking for an exit route. Sikujua mimi.
So ameshapata ile hela yako ya shamba, sasa yataka ni atoke.
Sasa sasa ikawa mambo uaminiki, uko hivi uko vile. But ukirudi nikiuliza napenda mamangu sana. Manake baba sikumuona sana sawa. So kurudi nikauliza pia hata mjomba akaniambia hayo maneno yote hakuna chochote hapo, ni wakati unapokumbuka hii anajua hapa ulikatwa, so anatafuta sasa cool down. So ikawa nimpeleke ujombani waende wamuongeleshe. Wakati tunapanga hiyo Disemba ya 2017 ikawa yule ambaye anaenda kumuongelesha akahusika kwenye ajali. Sasa ikatendeka kwa ajali takribani familia 16 wote wakafariki. Sasa wakati tunaenda matanga na tulikuwa tumepanga aje nyumbani sikukuu, tukulie kule ujombani, tusherekee sikukuu, kisha mwakani tufungulie kwao. Ona?
So, bado mko sawa.
Sasa unajua sasa nina watoto na sitaki vile nililelewa bila kumuona baba, sitaki watoto waone wakose mama yao. Waelewa?
That's true.
Sasa nikasema because of this, you know, the way Zulu always says, you can be in a relationship or in marriage not because you are happy but because of what you are carrying. Unaona, nina watoto sasa. Sitaki wakose baba wala mama. Lakini sasa unakuja tu unasema aise ni hawa, na ni kweli ni mapenzi, ni upendo. So you are trying each day and also praying that atakuja kubadilika. Fast forward, kaenda mazishi. Sasa mazishi yametokea, nikamwambia sasa things have changed. Sitarudi, hatutasherekea mwakani kule, narudi kazi. Na sababu nilikuwa assistant warehouse manager, ikawa lazima nirudi zile reports za weekly reports. I believe if you are in that category, you know, you need to be in terms of stocks, this the fast moving, slow, moderate, every week, a month. Sasa sijafanya takribani wiki ngapi? 3, na inahitajika na tunafunga mwaka. Unaona? So kukuja alihisi sasa alichukulia advantage hapo. Unaona? Nikakuja na my cousins, Christine and Emma wakakuja na watoto wao. Unaona? Na my cousin pia anaitwa Huntington Care. Nikawaambia badala mwende Kitengela, tuende Sowe, refresh hata hawa watoto mbadilishe diaper because I have a big house. Kesho kukifika mfanya nini? Muende zenu. Jirani asubuhi si mimi nimeenda job. Si hao wamebaki wawili na watoto. Akapigiwa simu. Kuna 2 ladies na wako na 4 kids. Kwani kumeendaje? Kosa la pili. Kwa hivyo huku kuja kwetu kufungua mwaka uliamua kuleta wanawake kwa nyumba. You see? Sasa now I'm not coming. And that was it. Simple as that. Na sababu niko kazini, I could not, sikufikiria chochote. Mimi sikurudi jioni, si hao wakaenda zao. Kabaki yenyewe, hiyo mwaka yote ya 2018 yote akamalizia kwao.
So she didn't come?
She didn't come.
Where are the children?
Children alikuwa amebaki nao.
So umekaa 2018 mzima.
Mzima.
Aya, so tuende mahali penye inakuja kukatika.
Sasa 2019 si akarudi. Wakati aliporudi, mimi nia yangu ni ni wapi nilikosea. Ni wapi kuna sababu ya watoto. Unaona? Kurudi by God's grace tukapata sasa last born Imani. Kumpata sasa mambo sasa ni mimi, sasa mimi ndio mama, mimi ndio mlezi, kubadilisha diaper nini. Yeye akienda shughuli anasema mimi niko hapa, venye ulisema unavumilia kwa ajili ya watoto, hata pia mimi shughuli, wewe piga shughuli zako, mimi nipige shughuli zangu. Sasa watoto, na mimi nikaona hapana. Nikakumbuka hapana, what need to be done has to be done. Sasa nikachukua ile, sasa unaona sasa ni stress hapa. Kulikuwa na my crush wa high school. Sasa naye
tupigie crush makofi.
Hayo makofi yako wewe.
Like enters crush. Enters crush.
Sasa tulikuwa tunaheshimiana sana. Lakini kwa bahati mbaya pia naye alipata matatizo kwenye ndoa kule alikuwa ameoleka. Na alikuwa na vijana wangapi? 2.
Alright.
Mmoja alikuwa na miaka 10, miaka 8, mwingine miaka 6. Sasa naye akawa amewapeleka wapi? Kwao nyumbani. Akawa ameacha, akawa ameenda baharini kutafuta kusakatonge kule.
Bahrain.
Sasa mimi nikawa sisi nina develop confidence aone kwamba I'm a dad. Na sababu niko na hawa, I can also take care of those ones. Tukaenda tukatengeneza mkabala na mama mkwe, nikachukua watoto. Yeye bado ako kule the first year.
Uko responsible hivi umeingia. Zulu sijui roho unasikiaje?
Where are you using such polite language? Ati you are responsible. Nikani nakuona wewe nimekuona. That's not responsible. You are abusable. Can you use the right word?
Abusable.
Yes. Exploitable.
Mimi najaribu niko na wewe.
Bro, bado uko single? Sawa.
Azulu wacha wewe.
Sasa
so umeenda ukachukua watoto, umechukua mama mkwe, mmeongea.
Nikawachukua sasa nikakuja nika process birth certificates. Nakumbuka huyu first born hakukuwa nayo, nikalipa kila kitu because ukiishi mjini, mchezo wa mjini kupata hizi documents unaelewa, sababu ni watoto. Nikawachukulia, I didn't change the dad's name. But watoto wakapata vyeti, nikawapeleka kwa private school, nikalipa. So sometimes you could pay, angetuma kidogo.
Mkona maswali.
What I told her is hela ulikuwa umeandikisha, wajua kama unaenda kule nje unaandikisha who is the next of kin. So alikuwa ameweka mom because of the custodian ya watoto. Na sasa hata wakati tulikuwa tunaongea Instagram na WhatsApp, anasema watoto wake wanateseka, zile hela anazotuma mama yake anafanyia shughuli zingine.
Hashughulikii
watoto.
So hiyo hela anaweza kukutumia wewe.
Mimi nilimwambia the next of kin wewe maliza, mimi watoto acha kile kidogo ninachopata. Wewe ukija utawachukulia kwenye, tutaendelea penye.
Zulu naomba upumue.
So fast forward.
Kuna maji tafadhali.
So wakati mama mkwe aliona hivi, nikakuja nikashikwa, sasa nimeiba watoto nikapelekwa Industrial Police Station. It needed the intervention. Unajua huyu ako ng'ambo. So the children department alipiga sasa ni video call, akawaambia kama watoto hawaendi na huyo mimi munisahau. Aliambia hivyo wazazi wake. So mimi nikagain confidence yenyewe, she's the true one, the right one. Kama anaweza kufanami hivi, she's the right one. Unaona?
Amekuchagua.
I spend a day inside there. Na hao watoto sababu ile tu mandhari niliyokuwa nimewaweka pamoja na wangu, sikuwa nabagua.
Nataka kukupeleka mbele kidogo kwa sababu muda wetu unaenda. Nataka mrembo nataka afike. Atoke bari. Amefika. Nataka aingie kwa hii familia. Nataka
sasa wakati amefika nikamchukulia, I rented a small.
Tupige makofi tena.
A small nini. Apart from the original. So wakati amefika, yeye aliniambia ile faida yote alikuwa anafanyiwa amenyimwa, hajapewa. Little did she know, sometimes as a man unaweza ona kitu na ujifanye hujaona. There were records alikuwa ameweka na the dad alikuwa amempatia all. So yani kukuja kupima, yani mimi ni mtu ninampenda kwa sababu yalienda kutafuta mali akaja nayo. So nikamwambia hapa sisi tukipata 100 watoto wanakula 60, mimi nakula 40, tunaweka mbao kama ni 120. You get it? So nikamwambia kama wamekunyima kila kitu, no worry. So watoto ndio hawa, wanasoma, wanakula, wanakunywa, tunalipa bills, no problem. She found me working on a project. Nimewambia mimi ni poultry farmer. So wakati alikuja, alipata kama nimeweka mayai kwenye hatchery. Sasa wakati ilifanikisha vizuri, ikatan 95% out of 528 I had for 50 chicks. Zikakufa almost 38. Kabaki for 450 something. Sasa hizo zikawa ni kuku mzuri sana. Sasa wakati nimeenda kupiga shughuli, amejua imefika sasa ni kuku unaweza uza 800 hapo. Yeye aliuza throwaway price around 400. I was being told by the landlady, aliuza 400. Ukifanya hiyo hesabu, the investment that went at a loss, it's over 220,000. Ile faida hujaweka sasa, hujaweka the cost of production, unaelewa? So akawa ameenda, sasa nikabaki na watoto wangu and I lost everything.
Akaenda na watoto wake, nyumba pia alibeba kitu ama
kila kitu.
Alibeba kila
sasa
kitu.
Ni kwanza fresh.
So alibeba kila kitu kwa nyumba, akachukua investment yako, akaenda na akachukua watoto wake.
Na akachukua watoto wake. Sasa wakati huyu mwingine mkubwa anaenda grade 5 na huyu mwingine anaenda grade 3. Na nilimemtoa, nikabaki hivyo.
Hii ni mara ya pili unaanza from scratch. Na hapo ndio nataka tuchukue break. Naomba tupumue, Zulu pumua. Naomba upumue. Na upewe kopo la maji. Kila mtu ashike kopo la maji. Tunachukua break kidogo. Kiswahili yangu inaenda senge mnenge. Hiyo imekataa. But I don't think that is a word. Sege Mnege. We're going to take a very short commercial break. We will be right back. NTV Kenya on all our social media platforms. Talk to us if you have any questions, comments as well. We're here to take them, and Moses will be back to be answering questions from our audience. Like I said earlier, we are at the Karibu Inn Hotel along Wayaki Way. Don't go too far. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Elevate Show, and today we are talking about scammed by love, conned in this thing that is called love. And Moses has shared his story. Once bitten and twice bitten, twice shy.
Once bitten,
Once
shy.
twice. Now I'd like to find out what happens after that, but not just yet. Zulu has been breathing
Yes.
and sighing, and he has questions, and the floor is open. Really, it is.
I think we all can feel that this is a good man with a good heart, misguided, with no direction. At 21, a young man has no business getting married.
Yeah.
But when you grow up without a father, or you're coming from an orphan situation or something like that, you don't know where to look to for direction. So akapewa advice na babu, na wakati mwingine babu yako sinzia lakini anakupea advice ya 100 years ago.
Aha.
He is only worried about your bloodline. He is not worried about your heart. He's not worried about siku hizi. In the days of babu, women could not con like that.
No.
Today they can scam like that. So what had changed with this poor young man who is being threatened? Unajua babako alipass. You should be the one to raise the generation. Anapewa woga akilini. He did not know that he needed preparation. Marriage is like a military. You do not enroll when you're untrained and unprepared. You'll be a casualty. Whenever you date casually, you become a casualty. Marriage is not just about love. We go there thinking butterflies and love, or even children. You can risk your life. Like now, you take your money, your emotions, your DNA, your children to them, and he was the weaker person because he cared. Whenever you go to marriage and you care, you're the more vulnerable one. The people who don't care can just scam you, kick you, and go. Whenever you have a conscience, whenever you want your children to have a settled home, whenever you want to you are the one who is vulnerable. They exploit that to your death. If you don't wake up in between to realize that your good heart needs a clear head and proper preparation. Actually, I'm glad that he can still talk.
Yeah.
Watu wengi wanaopitia mambo kama yeye, they collapse somewhere along the way. So for me, this is just a boy who was not fathered. Listen to me, young men. When you grow up without a father, he is there and he is not present. Some fathers exist, but they are not present with you. They are living dead. They are somewhere, but they are not in your life.
Yes.
Whenever you grow up without that kind of mentoring, do what he is doing now. You can see now he's saying he's learning consciously, following teachers here, reading books, following materials. He's now a top fan of a psychologist and a life coach. If he was a top fan of those kind of teachers at 21, he wouldn't marry.
That's true.
He would take himself to grow. Listen to me, young men. You may be feeling a lot of you're on heat because society nowadays is provoking young men to sexual. Do you know they advertise cooking oil with sexual content?
Oh, yes.
They advertise radio with sexual content.
I saw insurance.
The insurance, the sexual content. They have conspired to keep young men inflamed and excited and weak. So whenever young men think about marriage, just think continuous sex. Bring it on, bring it on. So, young men, we are at a very severe disadvantage. We can't wait. From the time a boy is in secondary school, you're seeing papers. Nowadays, whenever they have a paper for young men, for young people, it's just about wearing funny, and even in churches nowadays, they set young people by the side just to sing. No serious teaching. When you hear youth church, it's just youth, just to excite the body. Nobody cares to ground young men in teachings and principles. We don't care anymore. We give them phones so that we can keep them distracted, so that we don't engage them in reality. Even you are 2-year-old, you don't the endless questions they ask. You just keep them busy with it, and the phone gives them to sexual content. So young men, by the time they're reaching teenage and early 20s, it's a very compulsive, addictive, obsessive thing that can lead you to early marriages, sleeping with women, and because nobody's telling you that this energy is supposed to be directed to life. Sigmund Freud told us that the libido is the energy of life. is that when they see a bull that is fighting every other bull, they castrate it. Why are they touching the sex organs? And yet it's just being aggressive. It's the same energy. This young man and all young men at that time, you're supposed to contain yourself so that you can practice self-control, delayed gratification, discipline, and the solid foundation. Because whenever you can't control your sexual energy, you're at the mercy of whoever can appetize it. Even if she's in Bahrain and sending you photos and you're ogling over her and imagining back in high school crush and imagining you're back there, innocently you think she's the same 16-year-old she was. She has since evolved into a criminal and you can't even tell. Just to tell you that this young man was just without direction. And all young men at that age, because they're usually somewhere in college, have just left home and they think now because you are working, you have some money, I can start life, what are you waiting for? Don't wait, if you get richer than this, you get scammed and all that. Just to what he needed to have done that time is to take 10 years to grow. Yes. 10 years or 7 at the very minimum. Yeah. Yes.
And I'd like for you to chime in because when we mentioned, when he was talking to us about taking the other children and living with them and doing the same thing again and again. And it wasn't just your reaction. I think my reaction was in there. The audience was reacting as well. I don't know what your thoughts are when it comes to that particular situation.
Now he was acting on 2 psychological wounds. The first psychological wound was the father was never there. So he's afraid when he hears children have no father. He's jumping in to fulfill what he lacked. Okay. If you don't heal from what you suffered, you will continue projecting that pain and overreacting and overgiving and overcompensating. That was the first wound. Yes. The second wound was this breakup, this ruin of the marriage that he treasured so much. He had not healed from it.
Yeah. So this must have been a rebound.
Nowhere, exact rebound. Nowhere did he talk of psychologists. No. Nowhere did he talk of healing. He has mentioned over there, and I'm sure you get there, that he collapsed and into drinking and losing faith, those kind of things. Yes. Just to tell you, at this point, you were so wounded and so vulnerable that he's acting now like irrational and an empath who is just going out of his way. And you're wanting all this money you're spreading all over. You could just invest. Again, the woman disappeared for a year. When she came back, he get another child. Don't you fear for your health? Don't you fear diseases? Mwanamke anatanga mwaka mzima akikuja unarudi tu kupiga mipira. Just to say. And he's mentioning 1 year, you want 1 year, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. Well, that's a lot of time. Yes. But he's so stuck in, let me, watoto wasipitie mama nilipitia. Let me just, and then because children, they just like the one who likes them. They like you, they respond with you. Just to warn those men who care. The moment you get your child here and you see your DNA, your heart melts. You get confused. Avoid creating children with criminals. Grow fast until you mix your DNA with a person you can trust.
Absolutely. I like that. And the floor is open. Let's have a coffee. Anyone who had a question before I have a few more questions for you, but I'm open to have any questions from the audience. You can ask your question.
I'm Wangare, Wamodhoni na Kenyanju. An actress, commercial model, a business lady, and a mom. Okay, swali ilikuwa, first of all, maybe kwa Zulu. Like you said, him caring, inatokana na trauma. How does that even work? Like, okay, the moment you may care, does it mean that you're traumatized? Ama there's a limit that you should take, yenye usikue abusable, and for it to be in a better way. Also, my brother, sijui nikwambia pole itaka kuna mtu apendi kuambia pole. It's just so hurting actually. We felt it was very emotional, but utapata ule mse, God got you. Oh. Yeah.
I think the difference between trauma bond and true love, that's what she's asking. Yes. How do I know that I'm loving in the right way? Yes. Or it's a trauma bond? Is that when it is trauma bond, you take up the other person's burdens or refusal to grow or unhealthy ways to compensate for them so that you can feel important. All right? Yeah. The other woman this woman scammed him money in collaboration with her relatives. Yeah. The healthy person should have put clear cut and say, no, forget it. I'm not in it. Let's part ways. I'll raise the children. I'll do the co-parenting. That's the right way. Mm-hmm. But he took up to still accommodate her, to still take up her nonsense, still even taking her back when she's coming, because he is transferring what is unhealed. Mm-hmm. Trauma bond is when you project the wound and the psychological needs you have to the other person. Usually you are not aware of it. True love is when you are healthy and grounded, you get another person with whom you mesh well. Trauma bond comes from the wound. True love comes from the soul, the heart. We share values. We share how we are. We build each other. We lift each other up. We respect each other. We are honest. We share morality. We share how we live. True love comes from, I like how you live. I like the way we are better together. It's a connection of healthiness, yes.
In that essence, okay, the other parts, would we say that the both of them had narcissistic character traits, maybe, it was all about him?
If you want to talk about narcissism, the narcissistic women are him is more an empath. They were
So
the abusive.
they were,
Yes,
they were,
he was enabler.
Oh, he was the enabler.
Enabler,
Okay.
the accommodator.
Uh-huh.
The one who stays there for them to come do their nonsense and go and come again.
Okay. So what he can do is just go
To heal. For him is to heal.
Okay.
And thank you for bringing that word. Mikali, let's remind people to,
Yeah.
sometimes we get carried by psychological terminologies, eh?
Yeah.
You know, that guy is a narcissist. Me, I'm more of an empath, you know. I'm an anxious attacher, you know. Me, I'm an avoidant attacher, you know.
Majina kubwa kubwa.
We like psychology and we even carry them around.
Yes.
I've been warning people, avoid diagnosing people as narcissists.
Yeah.
It's a technical diagnosis for psychological work to know which category of disease we are dealing with, so that you can know which drugs to apply.
Yes.
As for you, just have red flags and non-negotiables. That's enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just know I can't tolerate lying, dishonesty, inconsistency, gaslighting me, pretending like I'm the one who's wrong when you're the one who's wrong. Just describe what you can't stand and put up the fence. That's all. Okay. Do not bother whether that one is a robber or is a violence or the one who uses a gun. I don't want thieves and dishonest people. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I don't care which categories they come in. Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Noted.
Thank you so much. Na pia amekuencourage. Asante sana. We have another question.
Okay, hi guys. I'm Nadia, a model and a content creator. So, kitu ya kwanza nataka kuuliza, una believe in love bado?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Umeuliza swali very important, by the way.
And can you okay, ukipata like dem msichana mwenye ako na mtoto bado utamtake in?
Kwa sasa, thank you. In fact, that is a direct question. In faith, as a Christian, I believe, and yupo, venye umesema hivyo yupo, I have done introduction, we began, I took time, I've taken time from that, I call it Stampede, 2022. The last one happened to me in 2022 after just the general elections. And I've taken 2022, 2023, 2024 last year. Mwezi wa 4 hapo ndio nikaanza macho sasa kupapasa. Nando I asked in the very first today I asked a very direct question. Nikawa namuuliza mwenzangu wakati aliuliza mambo ya kusoma katiba. Madama akakata, akasema no. I used the same criteria in April last year. The lady we are now in a relationship today. Nikamuuliza mambo kwani kunaendaje?
Hii katiba tunasoma ama tusome?
Akasema hayo mambo hayapo. Na kama wataka hivyo wewe endelea na safari. So the first thing I noted, this is the right button to press. Tukaendelea. Technically, I've told you I'm a teacher. Technically, so in July, where the branch where I was, she became my student. So now I got the right time. Nafunza, na pia
nasoma.
So pia technically also in October, she had issues, she lost her uncle, so akadifa hakuendelea. So I got confused and demoralized. Nilikuwa nimeanza kusoma lakini sasa
student hayuko,
drop out.
Nini? Ukafanyaje?
Nikipiga simu haiendi, lakini kuna nambari moja nikaona Facebook, not Facebook, WhatsApp ameweka status. So nikamuuliza kwani utafanya mtihani lini? So when she replied, nikajua hapa bado kuna mazungumzo. When she came back, the rest is history. So nikamwambia this is what has happened, and niko na watoto na ndio hawa, and my firstborn son, yeye sasa ndio wakati tulienda, we went out na nikawaacha for 6 hours. Mimi nikaenda shughuli na my son.
Hiyo ni another test.
Sasa
mtihani mwingine pale.
Sasa
mwalimu hapa
nije sasa nipate my son, how was the experience, because now since my son is 11 years, he understands. I've taken him through what happened with her mom, what happened with the other mom. So now he knows also what a mother is. Okay? So wakati walikaa, majibu mwenyewe alikuwa ananiambia, and you have a very down to earth son. Naye huyu anasema, daddy, she is a mom. So 2-3 days along the line wamebond wote pamoja. So hapa mbele God knows what is going to happen.
So lakini saizi roho bado iko hivi na pump damu na inapenda pia.
Kweli? Kweli. Huyo nimempenda kweli.
Tupige mapenzi mabovu.
Mwekani kadisi amebadilisha mitihani.
Kabisa.
Mitihani ya kwanza ilikuwa kitandani. Lakini hii iko kwa boardroom.
Yes.
Tumetoka bedroom sasa. You know a man has matured when he starts using the instrument between his ears, not the one between his legs.
Yes.
For as long as erection is giving you direction, you are headed for destruction. We have reached a point where being a man means being a sex animal. Ask these women. You chat a guy you wanted to respect. You had the hopes with. By the third message, he's already maneuvering the conversation to a sexual direction.
Yeah.
You feel disgusted. I thought we are going to have a higher dialogue about life.
Yes.
What you believe, what you're up to. You meet for coffee, the guy is dragging you to his house thinking about sex. Finally, the man is doing what he should have been doing the first. Thank you, bro. But do you know he should be getting married the first time now?
Yeah, that's true. At 35.
The right time to marry in Africa, most men is 30 to 35. For ladies, 25 and above. Ladies are measured with age 45 because of reproduction.
Yes.
Men are measured with age 65 because of provision. Men are measured with retirement, women the other one.
Kubaya.
So, and I hope you know, medically they are calling it a high-risk pregnancy when you're getting pregnant at 5 and above for women because of dynamics. Just to tell you that, learn from our brother who is using his wounds as our wisdom. He said you should read. Aristotle, he said, when you read the story of others, you give yourself the chance to learn quickly what others learned with a lot of difficulty. People are spending their life to learn the lesson is coming to teach you, and then you're not even paying attention. Okay, somebody said experience teaches fools, but there are people who won't learn any other way. You don't have to learn through experience. Listen to those who have tasted it. Just to confirm, this brother has displayed for us that now he's testing how the woman is compatible with the children. Now he's testing the values they live by. Now he's checking how she lives. Let me tell you something he will not tell you because gentlemen don't say it. We ask women for sex whom we are dating and we are taking seriously to check how she has been responding when other men ask. All men know women are always being asked for sex. True or false?
That's true.
So we throw that question, Rosia, what is your typical response?
Guy.
Particularly when you have feelings with us, when you have been interacting, we know the weakness of women is when they fall in love. We know that part. To find a woman who can say no when she's in love, you have found a wife. Jaribu kumleta kwa coffee date. Akicheka cheka tu sasa ndugu. Vile amesema pale kuna nini. That is number so what next? Because she's looking for safety.
Yeah.
You don't want to go in and the exes are coming back. Other people you're still reopening doors with, have you learned? That's what they're asking.
Absolutely.
It's okay to marry a man who has a child or even children, but check his future. Has he changed the philosophy of life? Has he stopped that level of carelessness? Has he started taking his seed seriously? Has he stopped thinking that to win a woman is to smash? When he feels excited and craving for sex, any sexual thing around is good enough. Has he learned self-control? Because he has spent 2 or 3 years celibate, there's a woman now who can see he has self-control. From 21, he never had self-control. He was just living like that. That's why there's so much debris. So if you have a child, sorry, it happened that way, but let me assure you, virtuous women tend to look at your future and your current mindset more than your past.
Absolutely. Okay, another question.
Is it right to tell the lady mwenye atampata kwamba his past? Like, is it right? Alafu to add on something, utajua aje like umeheal? amejua aje like ameheal?
I like that. I think those are very good questions.
Very good questions.
What
yeah.
kind of past should you tell? You should tell the kind of past that bears on your present. The person you got involved with in the past and you created a child, there's a bearing on your present. The past you tell is the past where it has potential to embarrass this person if they don't know it. There's a child somewhere, I used to cohabitate with this person. So these people are cohabitating thinking it's a joke. You'll have to explain it to somebody, because if I'm moving somewhere in that CBD and somebody tell me, the woman you call your wife, I used to live with her. I know her everywhere.
Where?
My friend, you'll be divorced that day. Brothers, am I right?
Yes.
There's no worse insult than the woman I'm bragging, calling her queen. Another guy is looking at me. And you mesema. Tulifika mbele yako jamaa, utuheshimu eh? Don't give strangers the power to insult your future husband. And because the current generation thinks a boyfriend is a stage to husband, let me tell you, having a boyfriend is not a preparation for having a husband. Actually, it's an obstacle. As I told you, if you want marriage, shop for marriage, not for serious relationship. Serious relationship is an empty investment. It's a borrowing. It's a loan. And not all borrowers pay. Ask Tala. Just to tell you that boyfriend and girlfriend is a boy and a girl game. Marriage is husband and wife game. That's a very different language. Marriage is covenant. Relationship is enjoyment. So what past you tell is what is likely to, akiambiwa na wengine ataaibishwa, ama ilitokana na kitu bado iko leo. Those small details of ulilala mangapi na nani na ulikuwa, you don't need to, it's too embarrassing. Men don't want to hear the escapades you had with other men. In fact, if a guy comes in your life and just digging, tell me how much you did, how many times you did, if he's looking for your dirty past to put you down with it.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, we hope we find our women being virgin. We hope so. But we are also realistic. We did not land from the moon yesterday. We know the world is not like that. Yeah. What we want is a person is now living a pure life. Okay? Yeah, that I can trust you now. All right? Okay. So just to tell you, the other question is how you know you have healed. Yes. You know you have healed when you are making conscious decisions rather than compulsive attachment. Conscious decisions when you evaluate the person. The guy took his time to study this lady. Kama hajamwambia anamtaka in that way. Kwa bahati mbaya she dropped out of school, akamfuata, she came back, kisha akajireveal kile anataka baada ya kumtazama.
Yes.
He making conscious decisions now, not compulsive. So you know you have healed when you're making intentional moves. Not when you feel craving, you can't help, you are sweating. True love does not make you sweat. You are palpitating, you are shaking, you are panicking, you are sending 72 messages, you are making 24 missed calls. If you do that, that's trauma. It's attachment that is compulsive. When it's true love, there's a longing and a desire, but there's also self-control. You don't fall, you walk in as you check your steps, whether it's safe, whether the person is ready, whether they have what you need. You feel attracted to her and she's in your class. Now you can evaluate how she lives, her values, whether she's flirting with every creature here, she's hugging every man. No problem with hug. But if men are lying on your chest and relieving themselves for so long, what is there special for me?
Yay.
Have some measure. So the guy watched. You know you are healed when you're watching fast, desiring. You feel Bluetooth is connecting, Wi-Fi is available, but you're not putting password everywhere. You are checking how safe you are. Yes.
We can have one final question.
My name's Alea. I wanted to ask Benjamin, how long should someone take for him or her to move into another relationship after heartbreak?
All right. How long do you take to move to another relationship? You should take, first of all, remove the word relationship. Stop moving between relationships. You will never marry. I hope women, you know also, your prime time is just about 5 years. Eh? Your prime time is very short. Stop saying, this is my 3rd year in relationship, this is my 4th year, you know, we are still thinking about it. If you marry the first time, you just have about 25 to 30. Most men who are marrying young women, that's the age they're looking at. After that, you can still marry, but the demographics have changed. And you must have an explanation. If you intended to get married, why did you get single this far? There's always that obvious question. True or false?
True.
We don't say that because women will stone us, but we know it. If you meet, I will ask.
Yeah.
So you take as long as you need to heal.
Yeah.
To heal, to feel well again. Again, don't sit there and wait. Time does not heal. Therapy heals. Self-reflection heals. Expressing heals. Pouring out. Forgiving. Looking back. Taking in, doing validation. Expressing yourself. Writing. Journaling. Don't take time out. Take time to heal. Invest it in healing. Don't just sit somewhere. Yes.
And
Absolutely.
also,
yes.
Can I add also on what?
And this will be your parting shot as well.
Yes, I thank God. when I was in my ways, because I had become bitter with women, ningeenda klabu, nikichoose, nikiona kama Professor Zulu amekaa hapo na mrembo na najua naweza fika class, naenda ile drink wanakunywa, naenda naweka hapo pea, na ninatuma waiter ambie huyo demo akuje pande. Asipokuja, either Zulu to lose the head ama aende kama na injury, na huyu ni force, because I became bitter with the female gender. Okay. But I thank God for my pastors where I fellowship. They told me, you need to get out of this. You have to forgive what happened in your first marriage. You have to forgive her and let her go and begin a new chapter. So wakati nilikaa chini, nikaona kweli, they reasoned with me, na my mom pia akashare the same sentiments. I saw that was the right time for me to start moving. Yes. I could not express myself. Because nilikuwa nakaa hivi naona, if this happened, then sasa nilikuwa once bitten twice shy hivyo. But wakati I saw the reality, nikajikubali. That's why I'm able to get the audacity to share my story.
Absolutely. Let's give him a round of applause. It's taken a lot of boldness and bravery as a man to come and say, I was hurt in this way, I was put down in this way 1, 2 times, and I am ready to love again. You know? See that you may give up on love, you're not, and you went through your phase, like you said, but you found your way back. Which is what we are preaching today. Healing, therapy, being able to step out there and do good by others as well, because we know hurt people hurt other people as well. Zulu, your parting shot.
If you are a kind, genuine person who wants marriage and permanence and faithfulness, who wants to be true and committed, you are a rare species. Stop dating like you're common. That's why you are being targeted, because people can see you have a heart. And if they can get a child with you, they'll get you hooked. If they can get you to promise, they'll get you hooked. If they can sleep with you, you think that's something special. Listen, young men, I know in college you're being taught to just put women in box, smash, put, and then you're being trained to live like a wild dog. Yet you are a royal seed. You are a prince. Discipline is self-preservation. Discipline is not a punishment. Do not call discipline dry spell. It's not a dry spell. It's a period of preparation. Becoming husband, becoming a leader, becoming a father requires a period of build-up and putting solid foundation and learning to see through the eyes and discernment through things and discerning. Take your time. You will rejoice that you took the time to prepare because you marry right. Mikali, when a man prepares, he marries a queen. If he does not prepare, he engages queer women who complicate his life. Choose your path early.
Thank you so much, Zulu, for always sharing wisdom with us, for always giving us directions. Tumelan Kitumpia. Thank you so much, my amazing audience. Jipieni makofi. Kwa kazi nzuri ambayo umefanya for engaging with us today. And for our viewers at home, thank you for tuning in every single Wednesday. Yani, tuna appreciate to hear from you, your feedback as well. It means a lot to us. And if you have a story to share, if you would like to come on here and encourage, inform, entertain even, we are here for it. You can write to us. It is audience@ke.nationmedia.com. That is our email address. Please write to us. We'll be very, very happy to hear from you. Special thanks to Karibu Inn for hosting us here today. We love it here. And if you're on your Wayaki way, please pop in for a drink for the good mandari nzuri kabisa. Asanteni sana from me, Mwikali, and Benjamin Zulu. We highly appreciate it. Asante sana. Until next time, adios.